As you know, I'm Kindson the Tech Pro, and in this short video, I'm going to show you how to set up SQL Server Failover cluster using SQL Server 2019 step by step. So I've actually written out the steps to follow here on my website. So this is the steps I'm going to follow right now, and this is my setup. So this is basically the setup I have right here. In this image, we have node 1. It's going to be one of the cluster nodes. Node 2, the second cluster node. So we are talking about 2-node cluster, and then we are going to use, this is going to be the storage node. Now, how to set up a Windows cluster is already in the description box, because before you can set up SQL Server cluster, you must already have a Windows cluster. So here is my node 1. So this is a node 1 running on Windows Server 2019. It's free edition. You can see it's running for 180 days. And this is my node 2. You can see all of them are in the same network. And this is my Active Directory. You can see all the nodes right here. I also have Windows Cluster 01, a failover cluster for Windows, not SQL failover cluster. Take note, these are two different things. We're going to be talking about this later on. If you have any challenges following this, please leave me a comment below. So the first thing we want to do, now I know the steps, but for you, you might have to open this and leave it open. So the first thing you want to do is to install Failover cluster in node 1 and then add node 2 to the cluster, all right? So I'm going to go to SQL Server Setup. I'm going to run the setup, and to install SQL Server Failover cluster, you are going to use the SQL Server Setup. So go to installation right here and choose new SQL Server Failover cluster installation right here. I'd like to remind you to subscribe to my channel. If you've not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button below so that you don't miss any update. And also, if you have any challenges whatsoever, please leave me a comment. Now, let's go to the next step. Simply go next. I don't need no updates. And it's going to run some of these setup tests, and let's see. So you can see that it tells us a cluster service verification warning. I think you can ignore that. Let me check. I really don't know. So I think we can ignore this for now, and we can proceed next, and accept the license and click on next. So we need database engine and select every other thing. So go next. So installation of cluster is basically straightforward, but I think it comes to a place I'm going to have to explain to you when it comes to cluster network configuration and disk configuration and stuff like that. So this for now is the basics we are doing. So let's call it SQL cluster 01, SQL cluster 01, and go next. So there are validation errors. So it says giving cluster name is unusable because there was failure trying to determine if the network cluster. So basically, I know where this problem is coming from, and it's actually coming from if you are using VirtualBox, so you have this problem. So the solution to this problem is simply to uninstall VirtualBox Guest Addition. I'm going to do it right now, and I'm going to continue in this process. So I'm going to VirtualBox Guest Addition to add remove programs. So at this point, I have removed the VirtualBox Guest Additions, and at this time I'm going to give the cluster a name. So you can give the same name as the network name. So this is what I use right here, and you'll see that the problem will not be there. So at this point, you can see that we've come to this place. So if you go to the step-by-step, you can see that that failure we are seeing right now. Sorry, let's take out this. So this is where we are. So this is what we are seeing right now in this installation. So the steps are very, very, very clear to follow. So simply go next. So we have cluster disk 2. Disk 1 cannot be used because it is a quorum drive. You can actually add more disks to cluster later on. I'm going to show you. So I'm going to go next. Now you have DHCP assigned IP address version 4. So select, because my DHCP is my domain controller as well. So, but if you are not using a DHCP, you can actually assign manually IP address right here. So I'm going to go next. You can see there is the account I want to use. I'm going to say OK, and I'm going to use the same for the database engine as well. So I'm going to also paste it right here. And so this, it can be manual, it can be automatic. Okay, we can change it, and we go next. All right, so I think everything is okay. So there are validation errors. Please close the dialog box. Okay, I think I need to enter the password here as well. All right, so it works, and we need to decide what kind of authentication I'm going to use. I'm going to be using Windows authentication, and I'm going to use the same. So I have data directories. I think I should leave all of these as default. So everything here can be default, and I'm going to simply go next. So in the next tutorial, I'm going to be going deeper into different aspects of SQL Server installation. For now, this is the basics, and let's allow it to install. And then we are now going to go to Server 2 and add this installation to, and add node 2 to this cluster. All right, so you can see that our cluster installation succeeded on node 1. So once you create an SQL failover cluster in one node, you don't need to create the same cluster in the second node. You simply go to the second node and add that node to the cluster. So at this point, if I go to my domain controller and I simply refresh, I could see the SQL cluster created. So let's try to refresh. I'm going to refresh. So you can see SQL cluster 01 created right here with 2 nodes. So if I now go to node 2, so this is my node 2, and at this point I'm going to simply add the cluster, this node or this computer to the cluster. So I'm going to run, okay, I can have it from the network. So you need to pay attention to this part, because now once the setup starts, you need to choose installation, and then you are going to choose add node to cluster. So here you need to go to installation and choose add node to SQL failover cluster. So choose here and click on run, and let's see. Right, so go next. All right, so we have we can see that everything passed, 0 failed, that is fine. And I'm going next, and I accept the terms. I'm going next as well. So we have the only cluster we have here is SQL cluster 01, and the node is node 2, and we only have it right here. So I'm going next as well. Now we have this cluster here. Although in my network I also have other clusters, but it's going to detect the cluster that has the same node in the same Windows cluster. So node 1 and node 2, they are in the same Windows cluster, and SQL failover cluster is installed in one node. So here it says specify the IP address. I'm gonna yeah, perfect. So I'm going next. So adding nodes to cluster is quite more straightforward than installing a failover cluster. So in this case, I'm going to enter the password here. Right, so I'm going to simply click on install to start the installation. I hope it's going to take lesser time, and then I'm going to show you how to view the cluster and be able to manage the cluster. All right, so we've added this node to the Failover cluster, and now I'm going to show you how you can check the cluster. So what you are going to do is to go to Start and look at Server Manager. Now you can check the cluster. You can manage the cluster from any of the nodes. Now I have node 1 and 2. So go to Tools, and you can see Failover Cluster Manager right here. Now I'd like to close this tool. So here you can see Failover Cluster Manager. Now you can see this Win Cluster 01. This Win Cluster 01 is not the SQL Server Failover cluster, but if you drop down and you go to Roles, you should be able to see that this Win Cluster 01, a Windows Failover cluster, contains SQL Server Failover cluster, as you can see right here. Now, if we go back to node 1, and I also go to the same panel from here. So if you go to Tools and go to Failover Cluster Manager, you'll also be able to see the cluster. So one thing we can do is to be able to add additional disks or additional nodes to the cluster. So that I'm giving you as an assignment. Try to figure out how to add additional nodes to the cluster. So here you can see the cluster right here, and yeah, so if you go to nodes, you can see the 2 nodes, and the main thing is that this cluster is running. So once this is running, it means that if one node goes down, you'll be sure that your database is running in the other node. I'm going to be stopping here. So these are basics. Please try to be able to install this and set it up by yourself. And we are going to be continuing in the next part. Please remember to subscribe and also leave me a comment if you have any challenges whatsoever.